Welcome back to another video. My name is Abby and today we're talking about 3 ways to create the future you want. Now, if you're new to this channel and you want more videos like this one, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button below, click the bell. It's gonna let you know whenever I release new videos. And if you like this video, a great way to support this channel is simply by clicking that like button. It really helps to spread this information. So back to the video, 3 ways that you can create the future that you want. The first one is going to be taking responsibility. Now, what does responsibility mean? It simply means taking into account that you have an ability to respond. Whatever it is about your current situation that you want to change, whether it's about creating more abundance in your life, whether it's about creating a secure relationship, changing your career, whatever it is, you have right now an ability to respond to that situation. And until you take that power, you will continually allow others to have it. If you're giving power to your external environment, meaning that you don't have opportunities, meaning that you'll never meet that person, you're not valuable enough. As long as it's up to somebody else outside of you, you will always get that reflected back to you. You'll never have the ability, the opportunity, the chance for your perceptions to actually open up for you to see the opportunities that exist. Basically, your current reality, your life right now is the summation, the collection of your personality. And what is your personality? It's the way you think, the way you act, and the way you feel. And although it's sometimes hard to accept, your personality is adaptable. A lot of things that make up who you are actually coping mechanisms, potentially. You have learned to act this way in the world because it helped you get your needs met. Now, when you start to look at that, you start to expand into a higher version of yourself. That personality is actually moldable. It's flexible. How you think, how you feel, and how you act. Those are all changeable, and because you're changing that, you have an ability to experience a new personal reality. So when you start to take responsibility of your current life right now and start to recognize that you have the power to make changes of how you think, how you act, and how you feel, you will then have the ability to reclaim your power so that you can change your current circumstances. Now, the second thing you can do to create the future that you want is observation. When you start to observe the way that you're acting, who you are being in the world, and look back on why that's happened. For instance, if you continue to find people in relationships who reject you, who don't value you, what does that make you feel about yourself? What does that experience end with? What is that emotion? And when's the first time you started to feel this way? When's the first experience that comes to your mind? It might not be automatic, but you can start to self-reflect on the first time you ever felt this way, using meditations to move past those subconscious blocks so that you can actually go back to the time that you were originally wounded. This wound will continually come up and you'll continually find these patterns until you heal it. According to Dr. Joe Dispenza, we become emotionally addicted to certain emotions that we're having, whether it be frustration or fear or anger. We have that in our life, and actually 70% of how people are living on a day-to-day basis is a state of survival. That means our cortisol levels are up and we're reacting to situations rather than creating the life that we want to live. As long as we are in a reactionary state, we are acting off the past, projecting the past into the future, and we're not actually able to change anything until we move into the current moment. Ways that you can move into the current meditation, the biggest one is meditation. Meditation is going to help you lower your brain waves, help everything slow down. Right now we're in beta. It is a very common brain wave to be in. High beta is very high stress. You're in traffic, you're running late, you have a lot of cortisol running to your body. Now beta, right now, we're learning we're active, high brain waves. Then you'll move down to alpha, which is, maybe you're relaxing, watching TV, having a massage or something like that. So it's lower. But ideally, you're going to move down into theta, which is essentially the same brainwave as your subconscious. So your conscious brain can actually start communicating and accessing your subconscious, which is really when you can get huge shifts in your awareness and who it is that you're being. Why is it that you continually find situations that bring you anger? You're using your external reality to reaffirm your addictions, whether it's a boss or maybe it's a series of rejections. You find people, you find experiences in the world that are going to make you feel a certain way. Not because you want to, but because literally at a subconscious level, you are addicted. The more awareness you can bring to that, the more you can observe yourself in those high triggering states, the more you can bring awareness. And as Neville Goddard says, the more awareness you bring, you can expand your consciousness. It's about awareness to expand your consciousness. Now, the third way in which you can create the future that you want is by having a vision. Dr. Joe Dispenza says that until you are being drawn by a vision of the future, you'll continually be defined by your past, meaning that you need to have a very clear intention and elevated emotions that are in alignment with that intention. And if you think about Neville Goddard, this perfectly aligns with the idea of living in the end. You have a picture, a vivid, detailed idea of who it is that you want to be. You have an elevated emotion because you're going to be that right now. You're going to have that inversion of you, and you're going to live it right now. And he says the feeling is the secret. That feeling is actually coming from your heart, which is 5,000 times more powerful magnetically than your brain. Your heart actually sends twice the amount of information through your nervous system as your brain does to your heart. So it's vital that you become heart-centered and truly feel that version of you. And one thing you can do to help create this version is to ask yourself, what is the greatest expression of myself? Who is somebody in history that I want to emulate? How would I move through the world? What kind of thoughts would I think? What kind of behavior would I have? It's going to help your frontal lobe to go back into your current neurological pathways and start to rearrange and create new versions and mix and match and weave different possibilities to create a new vision. That vision is going to give you access to new perceptions. Literally, your senses will be able to perceive of situations that are actually happening right now in your life that you're literally blind to because you never see the world as it is. You see the world as you are. So if you continue to live in lack, if you continue to live in a lower vibration of not being worthy, you will block out everything that would conflict that idea. And this is called confirmation bias. We look into the world so that we can get a reflection of who it is that we think we are. What you think and how you feel is actually your state of being. Your state of being, who you're being right now, you will always get reflected back in your life. So if there's something in your life right now that you want to change, you want a new future, you need to start thinking and feeling in a different level. Just as a radio station, if you have thoughts of scarcity and lack and fear and worry, you're going to be aligned with the reality that is going to bring you more of those situations. If you start thinking and feeling in a different way that's going to align to that version of you that you want to experience, you'll literally move to a new radio station, a new state of being that's going to be able to pick up different frequencies in the quantum field, because everything right now is emitting information and you're not able to get that other information because you're thinking and feeling, your state of being is in alignment with that old version of you. So as you start having this new version of you, as you start creating this vision, it will help you electromagnetically radiate who it is that you want to be. And as the universe is, it's a giant mirror, a giant echo, it is going to reflect that back in your life. Doing these three things will help you to draw to you the version of you that you want to be, changing it into a life that you're excited to live. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit subscribe. If you haven't done so already, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.